Mum,
Yeah?
start the video.
Okay.
Mum, say 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, action.
Right. Well, I just wanted to say that it's okay with homeschooling. We're going all right, but there might be a few major problems. Like maybe lots of distractions at home and all of that. You can see why. Ugh. Yeah. Lots of distractions as well, maybe. And yeah, it's a little bit hard because it's not like the same really. But I think it's cool, and I think we can deal with it for now. Can't we, Bubba? Yes, we can. Woohoo!
What I realized is in this lockdown we needed space, and I took the pressure off straight away, because when we are relaxed and happy then we learn fast. And when this program came along with us having to do and deliver online and to see each other on the doorsteps or whatever, that is where I realized that the well-being of the child was more important than the program that I had in mind for this year, because that is something we can work on anytime. It's an intellectual approach, and the well-being was most important at this time, not just for the children but for the parents as well, and also for everybody to feel we can do this and life is good, the best it can be at this time.
So well-being is really, really important to us, and really supporting children's well-being is essential. We support the families in the early years almost more than the children, because obviously it's the parents that are working with the children at home. We're not there as teachers.
But there is loads of stuff she supplies us, not just for learning but for games and for things to do and for activities, but it all comes without any pressure attached to it.
Also, whilst understanding the need for the academic, we also were very much trying to promote the children to be physical and practical and creative in their home life, and then for them to have a space where they could come together and share what it was they were making also really helped to promote that side of themselves. So threshold in terms of meeting them and engaging them academically, but also using the same platforms to meet them and engage them in a much more kind of creative and practical way.
I try to bring as much positivity and love to the work that we're doing.
So we're very much focused on sort of the whole child's way of learning at home and supporting the families to do that in a way that's manageable for them.
I really felt the content was really uplifting for my daughter and for me really as well.
To bring more life into it and not such an abstract just program. Every day I had an audio or a Zoom, and then the book work was emailed over. And at the beginning of each half term I also made envelopes with material and photocopies and guidance for the parents with background material, or just also the poems and the songs for those who wanted to play music with them, because we have also pipe playing together.
So we provide a pack for the families each week, and in that we have stories and songs, and we have craft activities. We also suggest a rhythm, because rhythm is really important in the kindergarten, and so we're helping families to provide a similar kind of rhythm at home.
So I'll do a lot of games. I think that's where it makes it fun also for the parents to engage with the children.
We want them to be doing activities at home, like baking, storytelling, going out into nature, doing jobs together. Maybe some spring cleaning was one of our activities. You know, it's really active things, but that they can do at home with their parents.
Every single morning I would meet them at 9 o'clock in a Zoom meeting. We would say our hellos, we would revise what had happened in the lessons before, and then we would I'd deliver the new content, and in that they would create their understanding of the content through kind of typing and writing, on the computer, and then that kind of meant that I was able to deliver the content to them through the Zoom platform, and then I was able to receive the work that they were doing through the Google Classroom platform. And it really created a really nice open dialogue between me and the class, allowed them to input what was taking place in the lesson, and allowed me to respond to their needs, even though we weren't all in the same physical space.
And they have crafts and activities and responsibilities that really suit their needs.
So we got videos as well, which was really sweet, of our teacher in the garden planting seeds, things like that, things we could really join in with that weren't just academic, that were just life things as well, joyful things that kind of give you a purpose and meaning within the days and weeks.
So our packs have a lot of activities that include nature, so we might have craft activities like making a fairy house, and the children can collect things that they would find in nature, sticks or leaves or flowers and twigs that they can put into those activities and do those things at home. That keeps that connection that seems to be so good for children's well-being and their emotional health.
And we very much got into gardening, all of us, at home, in the apartments, in the garden, in the houses, and that was a beautiful start where we all seeded something at the beginning of lockdown, so we all put seeds in the ground. So it's a kind of trying to be as connected to nature and to the rhythm of life, to where they could relate to.
But that connection with nature, being out wherever it is, in the woods, in a park, in your garden, on the beach, just any kind of connection with nature, and it is so important for children.
When it kind of started and we created the timetable, it was clear quite quickly that there were a lot of quite academic things that we were expecting them to do, so maths, English, science, languages. But within Waldorf Education, we're also very clear that making stuff out of your imagination and being physical is really, really important for the children and their well-being and their development. So in addition to having that academic stuff, I also proposed to them that they'd have to create something of interest to them.
We want children to be having the best experience they can and to be prepared for the modern world and to have the skills that they can to be adaptable into the modern world.
By the end of the day, these children that come to us, the pupils that are born into this world, have to deal with this world, and they are dealing with this world, and we are there to facilitate that they can deal with questions, with problems.
So really, as best as possible, trying to give the children that creative spark, because it's really clear in our modern world that it's creativity that is the most important thing that children can learn in school, because creativity can be applied to any topic, any situation, whereas just having to learn facts kind of gets you a bit stuck in what the facts are, particularly in a world where you can look up any fact you need on the internet.
And that makes all the difference between something being enjoyable and something being a hardship. So I think learning should always be enjoyable, and that's what they're really focusing on.
My main focus was on each child. Like, as everybody at home had a different situation at home, my focus was to see that they all feel that they're doing something and learning something. Some were really happy to see their teachers guiding them and they followed it. Others felt it was very difficult to be at home and do things at home because they wanted to play or something else. So my focus with the stories was in the context of the conversations I would have had with the parents and the children.
And obviously it's different in every family situation. Some families are having to work and some families are on furlough, and it's all different, but we're just doing our best to help each family in their unique situation.
It wasn't just like, there you are, that's what you need to do. It was like, how are you feeling? How does this fit? We really had this constant dialogue with my daughter's teacher, and I felt it was really tailored to our needs.
I think as a group we got together as parents to find the best way forward. There was a lot of feedback, and then that helped me to say, okay, I'm going this route, and now we have a little system going.
The Waldorf education is 100 years old now, and we have adapted to life in the 21st century. I mean, even since my children, who are now, eldest is 21, since he was in kindergarten, I can see a huge difference in how children are experiencing the world. You know, technology is there. There's no doubt about it. Waldorf schools aren't saying it's not there, it's just how we manage that within families and what age to bring it in.
Waldorf School has always been very creative, so I think the Waldorf School has moved very quickly from almost no internet and no online teaching to online teaching almost 100% at the moment in this crisis situation. And I think Waldorf education and the whole movement can pride itself by being so flexible and really moving in to this realm of teaching. So, and I think this is our real strength.
No, it's just nice to see how adaptable they are, and I think adaptability and flexibility and teamwork and looking after one another are all things that to me is a very important core value to teach our children, especially in times like we are now where things are changing so quickly.
I, as a teacher, I can develop. I have the freedom. I'm bogged down or hampered maybe by COVID or by whatever situation is thrown at me, but I have the freedom to react in a true creative sense. And of course I enjoy, especially now, the creativity and the friendliness and the jolliness of the pupils that I teach, and I really enjoy their openness. This is why I love teaching in the Waldorf School.
I made it because I really like it, and well, I love doing the work, and I love doing handwork, and I like doing all the lessons really. Sometimes I can get frustrated, but not everyone's perfect at things, so that's why. But I was just going to see if I could do my best, so I just focused and I didn't know that it would come out like